this flank angle against Gesture, who desperately needs some healing but will not receive it in time. It's taken down as the point is getting ready to get locked in for the Hangzhou Spark. Mortality Field's going to be finished off. Architect pushing up onto the Widowmaker yet again, dashes away from the poison trap, tries to duke it out, does get forced to recall, but will manage to find the kill in the end. Hangzhou Spark very widely come out on top of the fight. The Seoul Dynasty cheekily do manage to get the cap on the point, but it's only going to be for a few percent. Who falls dangerously low, pops the flux, but it's just not enough HP. Gets taken down by Toby, just swinging away. Stun in onto Prophet, but is allowed to survive for the time being. Pulse Bomb, another one ready to go, finds the stick, drops it in again. Immortality Field perfectly placed there from Badoshin in response. Godsby, however, finds a headshot, taking down Prophet, getting rid of that pesky Tracer on the enemy team as Architect being just that. Tries to go on the hunt for Fitz, but the poison trap will dissuade him at least for a little bit longer. Fitz finds the better of Godsby, but the point still has not flipped here for the Seoul Dynasty. A very back and forth fight that just have not been able to come out on top yet. Another Ant Matrix here from Badoshin on the point. Manages to find another pick-off, but Architect trying to make his way around the back of Prophet, does manage to find him. QOQ going to be taken down as an Ant Matrix comes out from Bebe off screen. Gushway trying to play up on the point, just cannot survive too much damage being pushed out onto him. The Immortality Field will get finished off, and the Seoul Dynasty will manage to maintain control of this point.
Yeah, this is
still a ways to go to try to close this out, but looking good right now.
Yeah, this is the point that was going to, or the fight that was going to be the toughest one. I think.
One clip again, sees how weak Badoshin is, leaps through the window, tries to finish him off, makes it around the corner. Will be allowed to survive for a little bit longer, but Marvel can't say the same about him. QOQ does take him down. Kinetic Grasp coming through, trying to absorb as much damage as he possibly can. Gets the rock in, the accretion will finish off Gesture. Now he just pushes up into the face of the supports and helps finish them off. 99% there for the Seoul Dynasty, but Hangzhou Spark looking for the flip and seeming like they're going to be able to get it. And it's still very close right now. If they get this flip here, they might just be able to close it out as they will restart at the 87%.
Yeah.
Prophet, however, tries to drag. Just going to be the Supercharger taken down yet. Doesn't manage to find a kill, doesn't really weaken anybody either. Godsby gets the shot in onto Badoshin, is looking for another target. Shield gets raised by Toby at the perfect time, but Gesture going to be taken down. Pile driver in, Godsby falling low, the heals start flowing, and the Widowmaker will not fall. Marvel gets taken out, and that will be the close for the Hunt. So it has been tried and true, but always a bit of a scary moment there. Fitz now trying to exit, but just cannot close the distance fast enough, even with that Wraith walk up. Godsby will get forced off the high ground, but it doesn't really matter because Seoul Dynasty are just systematically getting broken down by the Hangzhou Spark. That will be the extended ace coming through as they cap the point. Look at that segment the team with that Maywall. Doesn't quite work out. Gushway luckily doesn't drop the hammer. Thought maybe he was going to lose it there in mid-ult, but front line does get broken down. The fire strike through to Mika means that a fairly fast flip is going to be coming in now for the side of the Seoul Dynasty. The delay tactic's just not really going to be there with Bebe falling.
Yeah. It did look like
flip will come in. There it is, to help them get their way over onto the point. The Blizzard now going to be coming through, but already Godsby going to be taken out of the fight. Shatter drops in, manages to find 3. Immortality Field is standing at the moment, but this doesn't really matter. They just get killed off through that one. Trying to trade it back, though. Fitz is still alive. Right click, taking him low here from Bebe. He tries to siphon the life out of him. Toby receiving the same treatment will get finished off by Architect. See Hangzhou Spark trying to get this flip back in. Marvel rejoins the fight. Badoshin is here dangerously low, but the ship comes off
right now as well.
Oh, that is dangerously close, and Badoshin is not behind a shield any longer. Does get taken down by that Deadeye, but answering Deadeye comes through, fits him back. Sound barrier will be met from both teams. Toby manages to find one. Gesture going to fall. A 2-for-2 exchange thus far, with Seoul Dynasty still holding the point. QQ, however, full HP, looking to shove people back. The ice block expires from Prophet. He's got nowhere to go, so he does get taken down. And now Marvel left out to dry. It seems like Spark will be able to pick this up. QQ, man. The accuracy being showed off right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is
engage. Try to come back in here one last time, but the supports are getting taken down. Toby would have been one of their prime suspects to try and extend this fight. Shatter comes in, manages to catch 2, but the follow-up is just not going to be there yet. Prophet comes back through with the Tracer. High ground is Fitz with the Deadeye. Does manage to find Mika. A fighting chance suddenly for the Seoul Dynasty to try to close this one out. Marvel's going to be swapping over onto the Diva to try to rejoin in faster. Gesture going to be finished off. Fire Strike manages to find Prophet. Shatter going to be dropped in, catches both supports for the Seoul Dynasty, but the collapse isn't there from the rest of the Spark. The flip comes in, Seoul Dynasty back, tries to get rid of Gesture, but he pops the shield, manages to stay safe, and Fitz is going to be taken down. The sound barrier shield not going to be there in time to try to keep them discreet in the fight. A massive loss of damage now for the side of the Seoul Dynasty, but they manage to fight back. The healing going to be cut in half as Bebe is eliminated. Pulse Bomb out, not going to be able to find anything. Now Gosby has one of his own. Marvel going to be eliminated. The Pulse Bomb goes down onto the ground, doesn't manage to find anything, but Architect drawing out the Dragon Blade is looking for a target. Manages to find one, forces the recall, but they move off the point for long enough. Being the Dynamite catching on the two, looking for that final hit to finish off Gosby. Prophet will just go ahead and dash through both the DPS to finish them off.
And it's a decent...
Good collapse coming in, and Seoul Dynasty have the point first.
Yeah, it's a decent start here for Hangzhou.
The Nano, okay. Nano boost is on QQ.
Yeah, this is
They're trying to keep this fight going. Well, headshot taps coming in. They'll break down the bubble, looking for the finish here, and they manage to find it. The headshot comes in. Gesture does fall. The bomb going to be tossed out onto the opposing ramp, and Toby manages to get enough space to go in for the res safely. Prophet now going to be eliminated, but this is still Seoul Dynasty. To go 95% now on the point. EMP comes in, manages to find 4, and Toby just falls over, but Ocean as well will get collapsed on. Fitz manages to find 1, but that's about as good as it's getting so far. And the bomb, likely you're not going to last too long. The bubble comes down to help mitigate the damage coming through, and Gushue just holds on to the Primal Rage. Wants to save that for a defending fight. Try to put EMP online. Godsby, though, making good pace. It's pretty much even with Fitz there at the start, but Fitz will find Gushue, and that's going to help surge him forward. Follows up, get the second kill now as Godsby will fall. The pile driver comes in from Marvel. Seoul Dynasty looking to go ahead and close this one out right now, and it seems like they're going to be able to do it. Fitz swaps over onto the Sombra, doesn't even need the EMP. Already you're feeling the impact, cleans up the members of the Hangzhou Spark, and now the OT will start bleeding away. Looking for the tag in from Gushue. He does have the Primal, but a nice boop off. A push back there from the whip shot will delay him. Keeps getting pushed out. Mika nearly getting eliminated there. Race of barrier blocks out the accretion. Prophet into the back line, and Architect's going to be the first one to fall now. Bebe still commits in with this amp matrix, but he falls low. Stun comes out. Gushue tries to turn things around, manages to find 2. Pulse Bomb, however, will shut him down, getting rid of that killing spree that he was starting up. As Fitz and Prophet will just go ahead and clean up the rest of the Hangzhou Spark. Fitz now on the high ground, chucking in the Dynamite, trying to find the hit, but can't detonate. It still manages to pop. That's going to lead to Godsby getting taken down. The bomb tossed in to further delay as best as possible. It's going to be essentially a 3v4 right now on the point. The slam will finish off QOQ. The Seoul Dynasty try to stop the cap from coming through, but 2U falling way too low will get taken down. Pulse Bomb out from Prophet, manages to find that kill. Good stun sets up for the dash through from Architect. It will get rid of the Tracer. Now has the high ground, stun into the back line, but 2U going to be taken out after landing that accretion. QOQ is just getting up close and personal right now with the members of the Seoul Dynasty. Gesture desperately trying to stay alive, but he's having to kite away from his team, leading to his inevitable death. Another very nice accretion point blank there will finish off Prophet.
When you collapse in like that and don't get a kill, then your tank line is not where they want.
Yeah, finishes off 2U in midair. So not onto the Ocean, but does manage to retreat. Window's going to be coming through as he sits on that nice little top ramp. Pop up over the top. The bomb going to be thrown in to contest the cart. Coach Cut, however, will send him off the side. Very nicely done by Godsby, who is under fire, going lower and lower, but will be kept alive. Same can't be said for Fitz. Will get finished off, and decent time made here for the Hangzhou Spark. About 1 minute 20 seconds on that push. Another 3 minutes now.
Timing.
Here, Blade coming out now for Prophet, pushing his way forward. Manages to take down Gushue. We'll get Architect as well, and that's enough for the Spark to have to abandon this push. Who's out on the bomb?
Yeah.
We still have a lot more to work with.
This is best case scenario.
Flux Blade combo is there.
Yeah, this is best.
Rolling for Mika. Toby nearly with one of his own. Flux coming through. Architect has the Blade out, finds Prophet first. Gonna be delaying that follow-up Blade to come through as he's just 40% away from it. Now Fitz gonna be gone. There's no damage here for the side of the Seoul Dynasty. They just have to hold on with this rally. Try to stop the cart from rolling through. 2.5 meters left to go, but the team is getting broken down one after the other. Gesture trying to stay alive. Will not be able to do so. The Hangzhou Spark crucially finished with above a minute.
Okay,
See them trying not to get collapsed upon here. Into the back line, Architect hacked. Good for the finish. Meanwhile, back over towards the point. 3 members going to be gone. Godsby finished off Architect, the only one left alive, and they know exactly where he is and will be able to finish him off. And that is going to be a very nice cap coming through for the Seoul Dynasty. Only a minute drained. Now going to get... Well, looking for that creation to hit Prophet. Isn't able to find it. QOQ going to be cut down. Now looking for the finishing blow there on the Gushue. He'll be able to have it. A nice deflection. Almost finishes off Mika as well. Prophet just going to be wrapping around from behind to try to catch any stragglers as they go on the retreat. Cart just going to be slowly brought forward now. Godsby will get collapsed on a massive Bionade connects in from Bedosian. They finish up them over the side. Flux now going to be coming through, but interrupted. QOQ loses that one instantly. That's the second time now. EMP going to be layered in on top of 2U's grab. Gushue the first to fall, the Bionade in onto QOQ, the cleanup coming in, the card rolling through into point B. 5 minutes, 8 seconds now in the time bank. Hangzhou Spark just have not been given an opportunity to stay hesitation now here for the Seoul Dynasty as they don't have much else to work with. Dragonblade coming in now from Architect as they work to keep him alive and will work a treat. Cuts his way through 2 members, 3 falling in total as the rest of the Seoul Dynasty tries to exit. Use a bit of that. Pushing forward, the bubble comes out to ensure Fitz a safety, make sure he cannot get flashbanged. Prophet will dash through, takes down Gushue. Grab comes in, Baby gonna be locked in. Prophet cleaning everybody up right now as they try to get that cart rolling. Nice headshots coming in on the back of the sleep dart there from Badoshin. Great accuracy from this card, if that's what it comes down to. Window's gonna be coming through, but Godspeed gonna be taken down. Prophet gets rid of the supercharger, just making sure that they don't have that amplified damage coming in. Jump into the back, Gesture now looking to disrupt them as the blade comes through. His first target already gonna fall as he arrives, cuts down QOQ, and that will be it. 2 minutes and 1 second. Almost found Bebe. Mika falling down low as well. QOQ pushed up way too far forward. The rest of the team hadn't pushed out through the side room. He just gets isolated, taken down. Now the same for Gushue. The rest of the team is going to be left out to dry, trying to exit, trying to get off the side of the map. They'll pursue and get a little bit of extra damage. Gesture finding the halt there on the gear. The blade now coming out, but Prophet instantly tagged down to 20 HP. Needs to get topped up, but he cannot. Mika manages to finish him off. The Ocean will answer back in kind. Architect dashing through, goes straight into Gesture's face. Gives him a nice little whap on the nose, finishing him off. He's going to push off now onto QOQ. He's got a sliver of HP remaining. The real rival is here from Gushue trying to finish off that supercharger, but he can't even get that. And now the Hangzhou Spark are desperately going to be...
He's on the point. This is the fight they want. Seoul wants this fight in particular.
Yeah, dive in comes through the Fortify coming out. Bionade to help keep Gesture alive, working out so far. Getting a lot of cleave damage as everybody's grouped up into this little broken
No one's on the point!
Little room, and no one's at the point. It's just... Oh, no! No. And forces them off of that front high ground.
There's the
now
nano.
to peel back over towards the point, and this is where things can really start unraveling for them. The Dynamite from Fitz will manage to find kill onto Godspeed. The Nano Boost going to be rolling here from Gushue as he looks for a target. Prophet taken down as he pops out of that ice block and fits in a pretty awkward position. Going to try to farm for some extra damage before getting taken down. A couple hits in, armor pack coming out. We'll just make sure that Architects are fine. Follow up though from something like a Dragon Blade. The Blizzard there thrown down, trying to buy a little bit of time for the side of the Seoul Dynasty, but they are just crumbling right now. EMP comes out, will catch Fitz, the Bob over on the point, still going to be sitting there for a little bit longer, shooting where it can, but will get finished off, and the cap starts coming through. 2U swaps over onto that Wrecking Ball, gets stunned up as he tries to make his way over onto the point, will get finished off. Godby finding that kill. Dragon Blade now out from Architect, cutting them down as they try to approach, and it's a massive time bank here. They start inching their way through. Prophet, oh dear, goes in. It was way too far gone. One tick will get picked up by the Seoul Dynasty, and they're even going to be investing this Amp Matrix sitting in the side room right now, trying to take people down. But it's just going to be the Seoul Dynasty who are actually losing out on members. But Ocean will manage to find one, but a little bit of an overcommitment with that ult in the end.
The comp is too slow, right? You kill Gushue when he dives in, and that's exactly what their whole game plan was, you could tell.
Almost takes down Gesture. Flux will be coming in, Graviton Surge, locks him in place as Gushue drops down on top of him. Prophet will find Architect though, follows up, gets rid of the Winston, and suddenly they may have broken through. Hangzhou Spark is going to get shut down now. Sashin falling, the res comes out into Gushue, but he is just going to be dead on arrival. Mika tries to exit. Prophet pushing forward to get the finishing blow. Will manage to do so. And Seoul Dynasty suddenly back in this. Will be starting off.
Prophet is, and he wants that nano too for Architect. Oh, there's the kill.
Prophet's going to be taken down. Luckily for him, he doesn't lose the Death Blossom in the middle of the fight. Architect, however, going to be drawing out the blade. The Bionade is absolutely massive from Bebe. Catches all 5 remaining members of the side of the Seoul Dynasty. And that will be the cleanup. They get close to a tick. Gushue push up onto the high ground. Drop down comes in with the Death Blossom. Prophet barely being kept alive, but he doesn't manage to find any kills. Fitz, however, will. Gets a headshot there onto Godspeed. The res comes in now onto Sashin, putting him back into the fight after he gets taken down by the Flux. The grab, however, is going to be a massive whiff. Sashin, he didn't push far enough out from the catacombs, clips the corner, and grabs absolutely nothing. Seoul Dynasty now coming in. Hangzhou Spark trying to buy some time. Architect nearly has another Dragon Blade. Needs it to be absolutely massive, but he loses out on the Nano Boost now, unless he can wait for Bebe to come back into the fight. Architect, however, will get taken down. A res is there from Mika onto Bebe to put him back through. The Nano Boost going to be used on the Sashin, but there's so much focus fire, so much damage from the side of the Seoul Dynasty that he just cannot last even. Architect, eluding gesture.
There you
a
go.
lot of damage in with the help of Godspeed will take him down, but it's going to be a trade out on the Winstons. We'll see if Seoul Dynasty can continue to press forward. Otherwise, they're going to have to try and disengage it with Toby going down. I would suggest that to be the option. They'll have to try to peel back out of here. Spitz will exit with the translocator. Everybody else just giving up their lives now. 45 seconds. Spitz continues the farm, but they know exactly where he's at, so this is still a really risky game for him. The Dynamite up over the top draws him out of stealth. He jumps back down before he can get that blade off. Toby getting tagged up. Gesture dead on arrival as he tries to leap in. Nasha just going to finish him off. The Nano Blade now coming in. Moira does not stand a chance, but Ocean going to be taken down. They're chasing in, looking for Toby. We'll be able to finish him off. They barely tag in onto the point to force the OT, but can anybody last long enough? The answer is going to be no. The Bob is there. He is keeping everybody alive, and now the Primal Rage comes in. Gushway with the Primal, and the Nano goes into the back. Is trying to finish off Fitz. A couple more hits would get him. Can he do it? He's eluding him, pushes him back with the coach gun, will finally kill him off, but he had the pursuit very deep. Luckily for the rest of the Hangzhou Spark, they have not lost anybody back over towards the point, at least yet. Prophet stunned up, barely gets a recall off to stay in the fight, and Fitz is going to be swapping over onto the Reaper to try to get back over to the point now. Thinks better of it, moves over to the Sombra, but it might be too late. Dragon Blade comes in, and Toby is going to be gone, but Prophet cuts him down. Can they turn this around? See Gesture trying to pile into the corner, but will just get tagged up, will get taken down, and they cannot arrive in time to force out the OT to try to extend this to the Hunters off to really ensure that he's getting damaged. So really nicely done. Godspeed taking down Fitz, but Prophet gets a little bit of vengeance here. The Pulse Bomb coming through. Oh man, he double dips. Gets rid of Band-Aid as well. Now follows up on Namika, getting rid of both of these supports, is wreaking havoc against the Hangzhou Spark, who have yet to move this cart at all.
When it works, right? When you hold.
Yeah. Deflection now going to be down. Bionade connects. So the two members here on the side of the Seoul Dynasty that will cause them to pull back. Pulse Bomb out will find Mika, but 3 members already gone for the Seoul Dynasty. Architect trying to slice through that immortality field. Instead, Sedotian's just going to exit it up on top, and Architect will be able to find 2 kills in the back end. So the card finally may be able to close this out, barring a fuller hold of the hand of the Hangzhou Spark.
Yeah,
they're looking to avoid that as best as possible.
Rally's
it's going to be taken down. The rally now rolling from Mika. The Pulse Bomb in from Architect. Build that one up rather quickly, but doesn't manage to find any kills. Got rid of the immortality field, and now 2U will fall. He's still looking good for the Hangzhou Spark. Seems like they might just be able to persevere. Hacking onto Toby, they get the finishing blow. Does Architect now looking for another target. Gesture is a pretty prime one. Has a supercharger ready to roll, but cannot drop it. Has no one to benefit from it. The Hangzhou Spark will get a second lease on life.
Angles here against the dive.
The supercharger is out. Nano boost on the Gushway. They'll be able to get the Primal online, but now gets stunned up as Bebe got taken down. Godspeed and Sashin both with sliver of HP, so Sashin will fall. And it seems like Seoul Dynasty will be allowed to go ahead and stabilize here. Gushway smartly not overcommitting with the Primal range to try to turn the fight around.
To just smash through.
I mean, that's one that you would love to have. Speaking of Pulse Bombs, Architect will get rid of Fitz. Graviton Surge comes in, catches him on the staircase. Then comes out to try and stop Sashin from ripping them to pieces, but the rest of the team collapses forward. They capitalize on top of it. And Seoul Dynasty, now the question is, do they want to try to go for a last-second contest?
Here we go.
They are pushing out. We'll see if it's going to benefit them. 2U instantly going to be greeted with the EMP for members total hacked on the side of the Seoul Dynasty, and they will clean them up one after the other. And Gesture, yeah, he's not going to be able to do anything.
Look, I've been casting.
So, I mean, a couple ults built up in this time for the Seoul Dynasty. That Mega Pack they have hacked out right now from Godspeed. Rally's rolling for Toby. Trying to armor everybody up. Gesture going to get caught. Bionade thrown in on top of him as well. They still haven't finished him off, but just now do they find that kill. That's going to be the grab in Primal Rage, just cleaving them all down. Another Pulse Bomb in for the Big Bang combo. Architect gets himself another 2 kills. And in overtime, the Hangzhou Spark will be able to roll through to the end of Route 66. Seoul Dynasty certainly did not make it easy, having excellent build times. So Nano's ready, drops it here onto Gushway, who will find 2U at the start. Kill Bash comes through, but that's not going to do much to dissuade Gushway. Like the rest of the Hangzhou Spark want to get involved. They get their participation awards as they push inside of Big Earls and finish off the members of the Seoul Dynasty. So cart control now in the hands of the Spark.
I think Prophet
getting the first pick onto Gushway on Temple, but now it's not looking so great for him. Nice stun, however, on Architect. They'll allow for Prophet to get the shutdown, but 2 members now fall from the side of the Seoul Dynasty. But Ocean and Fitz both out of the fight. Prophet falling low as Gushway just continues to push forward, leaving them all down. Should he even want to, he can pop the Primal Range and get them all in the corner, but it doesn't matter because Sashin's just...
Eyes them with the backline Death Blossom. EMP's out.
Oh, there's the EMP, manages to find 4. The Dragon Blade comes in, and Toby is going to be the first one to fall. Dragon, Death Blossom, however, does manage to find one. Prophet gets another one. They might actually be able to break through on this one. Bebe, Mika, and Godspeed the last one standing, and they start pulling their way back, trying to stay safe. Drop down from Godspeed over on the cart. Will cost him. And I think if you're the Hangzhou Spark, yeah, you just got to go for the exit.
Look, I mean,
Shoot up a lot of time. You force him down to 2.5. So will not have it for the Dragon Blade itself, but might not matter as Godsby now has an EMP, and he's going to pull the trigger on it. Finds 3. 2 already gone. And honestly, maybe didn't need these ultimates to be used here for the Hangzhou Spark.
The cool thing was that they're trying to contest, and they have all their members here, so it's not like the Seoul contest. They're actually in position to do so. Huge hack.
Pulse goes out, and I think Pepe actually dies in the middle of the nano boost, so it doesn't get pushed out onto anybody. Now with Gushue and Architect falling. Just managed to find 2. Jester and Toby going to get caught by that as the Flux comes in now from 2U, pushing them up into the air. Gushue and Godsby will be finished off, so the EMP not going to be able to find anything. Hack out onto Architect. They finish him off before he can use the blade. Prophet going to be taking a nap somewhere, and Mika will be able to finish him off. Over 10 meters away. Gushue's into the back line. He's cleaving down the supports. He's looking for a finish on the Fitz, and now the Primal Rage will get popped, and Prophet going to be taken down. Nano boost is in onto the Monkey, pushing them back. The hack is there, and they're off the cart. They force them back, and the Hangzhou Spark.
Gushue does get bioed, but he'll be okay. He's getting topped up.
Get the live speaking of bio, connects on to 2, or 3 rather, as 2U does bubble that effect off of himself. The damage, however, being pushed out is just too much, and Seoul Dynasty will crumble under the pressure. Prophet saying, guys, I got 1. But everybody else is dead around him, so he's not really talking to anybody at all here in this moment.
A lot of
away here. This is such a rough spot to be in. The jump in comes through. The EMP is absolutely huge. Catches 5. Fitz still going to be committing his own. Manages to find 3. Will get slept. They find Godspeed, but Mika gets another push off, sending 2U. Again, off the side of the map, just ensuring that this guy cannot get a grab. He might not get a grab in this entire round of Guardians.
I don't think so.
Primal Rage with that alone. Primal now going to be coming through. They're going to push back here onto Marvel, and he is again sent off the side by Mika, who is playing like an absolute madman. He is the god Brigida. He kills Prophet as well, and it is 100 to 0% this time. It was close on boost. Yeah, both going to be sticking through with the Symmetra, so we've got that from Fitz as well as Godspeed. Marvel taken low, tried to charge his way back out to safety, but could not do so. Does get finished off. It's over building up, does quite a bit of damage. Get the freeze on the Gushue, so 1 for 1 on the Reinhardts. Looking for a bit more though as the point gets ready to unlock. Architect gets a right-click headshot onto Prophet, taking him down, allowing him to surge forward towards that Blizzard. And now with 2U falling, the shield's going to be limited. They still go ahead, they throw out this barrier from Fitz. Commits to that in this fight. Architect's falling low, now has that Blizzard online. Sasha not going to get stunned out of the Flux, and that does force the sound barrier there from Toby. A great pin, leads Gushue into the back line, drops the hammer, knocks him to the ground. The cleanup will come through. Marvel drops the hammer of his own, but it just does not find anything.
Soul's best fight.
Not sure which way he wants to go. Pushes around the corner. Flux does come in, gets a bit of damage on the Sasha and Gushue cannot make it into that immortality field, so will get taken down, but Abadoshan going to be gone. Cannot use that Amp Matrix. Prophet eliminated as well. It's a 2 for 3 so far. Still in favor of the Seoul Dynasty, but they have to make their way over onto the point. They have to get this flip coming through. Maybe we'll get rid of Toby, but it seems like Seoul
Trying to get to.
Marvel goes into the shadow, doesn't catch anything, likely. Gushue blocking that one off. Flux comes down, Fitz falling low, barely being kept alive with the Blizzard in on top of it all. The kills start coming through, and now you have to wonder, Seoul Dynasty, do they have enough time to get back in here?
Well, I mean,
that's the spot with the sound barrier. They're trying to keep everybody alive. That's going to be the Blizzard coming in. Godspeed going to be dead off the bat. And if they can just hold on to the rest of these ultimates, if they can just hold on to the sound barrier, it's going to be absolutely huge for the Seoul Dynasty. And so far, it looks like that's exactly what's going to be allowed to happen. Fitz gets the finishing blow onto Architect. That's going to be a teleporter coming out, though. Shatter dropped in. Gushue turns around, knocks him to the ground, gets a pin on the Prophet, and Fitz is going to be taken down. Now there's no DPS in the fight here for the Seoul Dynasty. Toby eliminated as well. The Fire Strike goes through, takes 2U rather low. He's looking to finish him. They're fighting out here on the walkway. 2U will get the better of him with the Spark. Have flipped the point back into the favor. But Ocean going to be eliminated now. As 2U tries desperately to buy some time. He almost has the Flux online, but they cannot make it to the point in the Hangzhou Spark.